Iga, congratulations, another solid performance. Just give us your thoughts on the match, please.
Yeah, for sure it was a tricky match in terms of the rhythm because Sara plays differently than most of the players, but I'm happy with the way I adjusted and how I was making decisions because sometimes, it was not so obvious when to go and attack and stay back, but at the end I felt it pretty good.
Okay, we'll start with Charlie. Raise your hand, Charlie, so I see.
Well done, Iga.
Thank you.
Last year, you might remember I asked you who you wanted to face in the next round. One of those potential opponents was Jelena Ostapenko. You said you weren't a very good poker player. I wanted to ask you the same question this year then. Who do you want to face in the next round? Do you have a preference?
Come on, like what answer do you expect? It's going to be quite the same as last year. No, I mean, we haven't played in a while, so I would need to prepare before any other match. Magda won the first set. Now I think it's going the other way. So it's like kind of 50-50. I don't want to even think about it now because I'll see who wins and then I'll prepare.
Hey, Iga.
Hey.
Well done today.
Thank you.
On paper, this wasn't like the cleanest match for you, like you mentioned. It looked like you were struggling mostly when you were trying to kind of finish out points, but I wonder what pattern, that's just to me, but...
I didn't hear you anyway. How did you
It looked like you were kind of struggling to maybe finish out points.
Yeah.
I wonder what patterns kind of you saw in your unforced errors, and if it was just her game, the heat, it looked like you were playing with your strings, just what you made of that today.
Well, she was pretty good in defense, and I had many opportunities to attack, sometimes even too many, So when you attack most of the balls, of course you're gonna make more mistakes because it's easier to push the ball back than to actually add a lot of energy to it and try to open the court. So yes, sometimes for sure I made some mistakes while playing these high balls because also, the ball is jumping quite high. It's not so easy to judge, if it's the one that you should go or stay back and wait for the next one, So I think, it was her nice defense and the way she plays. So yeah, that's why I said the rhythm wasn't quite obvious. Sometimes, also from the same shots, she was really playing flat and sometimes totally opposite. So pretty unpredictable, I would say, but I didn't mind. I wanted to be flexible and adjust and play my game. So sometimes I had some moments where the mistakes happened, but at the end I feel like I was the one that had control over the game, and it was up to me if I'm gonna finish these points or make a mistake. And in important moments, I was focused and patient enough to play solid.
Iga, I wanted to ask you about the weather. It's been really warm here the last few days. When have you last played in this part of the world when it's this warm, and also how it affects your game?
In Wimbledon, at the beginning, it was quite warm. Actually, I feel like it helped me quite a lot because it kind of ruined the grass. So yeah, on Wimbledon, I think for I don't know, 6 days, there was also 30 to 34 even maybe degrees. And maybe on the Olympics, because it was 2 months later. But yeah, overall, usually the weather is quite different here. But it doesn't matter. It's going to change, I feel, in the second part of the tournament. So I guess this tournament is really about, whoever will cope with both of these conditions will win.
Hello, Iga. Do you agree that women's tennis is in a particularly good state right now with so many great players and so many women who can win the title here? Maybe compared also to the men's, where there's one overwhelming favorite, and it is also getting more into the focus. There's an own exhibition only for women's tennis in the Tenniseum, for example.
Well, first part of the question, no. I feel like You should ask if it's worse? Like, it's not good? Ah, it's good. Ah, okay, you like it. Well, I don't know, because before, when Ash retired, people were like, oh, there's no one player who's winning, and they didn't like it because they thought WTA is inconsistent. So, and now you like that that there are many players who can win. So I guess it all depends on who's asking the question, and I feel that, yeah, it's interesting for the fans because we can surprise you. But on the other hand, I feel like there is consistency you can see in the results of the top players, and that's also good because the fans for these top players can really follow and see them a bit longer, I guess. And yeah, ATP, I mean, what can I say? I mean, Yannick is so good, and Carlos is injured now, but obviously both of them have been winning most of tournaments. I guess their fans are really happy, and I am because I love watching them play, but for sure it's a bit predictable. So, yeah, but you never know what's going to happen later on. So we'll see.
Iga, I saw your on commercial, the one with Ben and Joao and everything. How do you rate your acting skills?
Well, how do you rate them?
I thought it was amazing, but I want to know for
Oscars
you how.
Next year?
No, but it looked like you're really into the role, and I'm just wondering, do you enjoy doing stuff like that more than like other ads where it's just like them taking pictures of you or hitting the ball?
100%.
And can you tell me a bit about the experience of doing that?
No, I mean, there's a story and there's some kind of a plot. I think it's super funny, and this one was supposed to be funny. They cut the scene when I was like judging my employees, so that's a shame because I can judge pretty well. But overall, yeah, I think these kind of ads, they attract a bit more attention, and also like in Melbourne, I was a waitress, I love that, and sometimes it's hard, to act someone who you're not, but usually they ask you to be, someone quite that you can do, so yeah.
Hi, Iga. Congratulations on the match. One thing that was actually quite interesting about the match was like your first serve percentage, which, I mean, given that you're one of the best servers on tour, it was lower than your average. Is that concerning, and what are your thoughts on that?
Thank you for naming me one of the best servers on tour. Yeah, I was not happy with my first serve today. I need to look up what happened. I wasn't really feeling the rhythm of the ball quite well, so yeah, I'll adjust that on practice tomorrow.